Imagine going grocery shopping and only paying for what you have in your cart. No extra taxes. Sounds fair, right? But here in Idaho, residents still pay 6% tax on groceries. And Idaho is one of the few states that continues this practice. According to taxfoundation.org, sales tax started as a way for states to raise additional revenue back in the 1930s. Idaho started implementing it in 1965. Today, Idaho's grocery tax is 6%, while states like Kansas, Tennessee have taken steps to rebate or repeal the grocery tax since 2022. Idaho has not. Even neighboring states like Wyoming and Utah have lower grocery tax rates. Today, I'll be arguing that the state of Idaho should repeal or rebate grocery tax on its residents, especially for those of low income. This issue is not new. In fact, it has been a debate for years. According to Ronald Emnett from Idaho Foundation Freedom, a recent Boise State University poll found that 59% of Idahoans support repealing grocery tax, compared to 28% who preferred income tax cut. Supporters point out that basic necessities like food should not be taxed. As a new Idaho resident myself, I was curious about this. Without prior knowledge, I researched and learned that how other states handle grocery taxes and how Idaho's grocery tax compares to it. Today, I'll be arguing that the state of Idaho should rebate or repeal grocery taxes on its residents for three reasons. First, it will provide immediate financial relief to its residents. Second, it will boost local economic activity by encouraging more in-state grocery shopping. And third, Idaho's growing budget can remediate the revenue loss without harming any essential services. Now that I've discussed briefly about the rebating and repealing grocery tax in Idaho, let's begin with how this policy would bring immediate financial relief to Idahoans. Idaho grocery tax adds a significant burden on residents, especially low-income families, as cost of living keeps rising. The 6% grocery tax makes essential food items more expensive, making it harder for Idahoans to afford basic necessities. According to Chris Cargill, President and CEO of Mountain State Policy Center, the average family of four spends approximately $15,600 per year on groceries, resulting on a grocery liability of $936 annually. Even with tax credit, the family still pays $456 per year in grocery taxes. Idahoans collectively contribute about $400 million annually in grocery taxes, benefiting only the government while straining household budgets. Rebating or repealing the grocery tax will provide $350 million immediate tax relief to Idahoans. This amount just represents 4% of state spending. A Boise State University poll found that 74% of Idahoans consider inflation and cost of living as their top economic concerns. 58 of Idahoans prefer grocery tax repeal over income tax cuts. Grocery tax repeal or rebate will restore fairness to the tax system in Idaho by eliminating taxation on groceries on essential goods, providing direct relief to struggling families, according to Ronald M. Nate from Idaho Foundation Freedom. While reducing financial strains is a major reason to repeal the grocery tax, there is another main reason that is in favor of this policy. Rebating or repealing Idaho grocery tax will encourage healthier eating habits and increase local spending. The 6% tax discourages people from purchasing nutritious home cooked meal, pushing them towards cheaper fast food options that contribute to health problems. By eliminating this tax, Idahoans will be more inclined to buy groceries locally, benefiting both the health and the state's economy. According to a study published by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, showed that in 2018, 36.6 of American adults are eating fast food every day. In high spending states, more than $1 out of every five spent on food goes towards fast food. Local businesses such as restaurants that source fresh ingredients from Idaho farmers struggle because people choose fast food options over healthier alternatives. According to Ronald M. Nate from Idaho Foundation Freedom, many Idahoans travel to neighboring states to buy groceries since they do not tax groceries or have much lower rates than Idaho. This results in a loss of revenue for Idaho local businesses. Removing grocery tax will encourage residents to shop locally, supporting Idaho grocers, farmers, and small businesses rather than driving purchases out of state. By keeping grocery spending within Idaho, more money circulates in the local economy, strengthening small businesses and improving access to fresh and healthy food options. In summary, repealing and repealing the grocery tax will encourage Idahoans to buy healthier food while also supporting small businesses and farmers. However, the opposing view argue that eliminating grocery tax will reduce state revenue, which brings us to my final argument. The opposing view claims that repealing grocery tax will cause a loss in state revenue, and instead, a better option will be to keep grocery tax on residents and increase a tax credit, which will help relieve the burden. According to Jason Monks, co-sponsor of House Bill 3231, which increases grocery tax credit, argues that exempting grocery tax would create administrative burdens on businesses. The alternative: a grocery tax credit under House Bill 231 increases annual credit to 150, which will help Idaho families but still does not fully address the issue. Inflation is making it hard for families to afford for food, and a fixed tax credit is not enough to keep up with rising costs. Repealing will provide Idahoans with more significant relief. After considering both perspectives, it is clear to me that rebating grocery tax is a more efficient solution for Idaho residents. Let me re-emphasize my argument to conclude. In conclusion, the welfare of Idahoans is our shared goal, and the best way to achieve this it is to rebate or repeal grocery tax in Idaho. An even better policy would be to repeal and increase tax credit, especially for low-income families. First, the policy would provide immediate relief to Idaho families struggling with rising costs. It will encourage more local spending, benefiting businesses and the state, within the state. Finally, although there are concerns about revenue loss, but Idaho Green's budget can absorb this without affecting essential services. I firmly believe that the government goal is to care for the welfare of citizens. Idahoans are burdened with 6% tax, 6% grocery tax, and it is in the best interest to repeal this tax. Since both the government and Idahoans want the same outcome, the question remains: what is preventing the state of Idaho from exempting grocery tax and increasing tax credit for its residents?